What's going on, y'all? It's the Metaphysical Blogs 1111. And as you can see, I'm getting away further from my other channel because for some reason, I know what it is. I am a very spiritual person, with no different from a lot of other people that's very spiritual. But, I just know when it's time to start saying certain things, like just looking at the world that we live in and knowing when it's time to say something so that you are aware out here. Um, I'm sort of like pushing away from the other channel, to be honest. I sort of feel that I like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy, and hopefully all the subscribers come to this channel as well. But the topic itself seems very interesting because it is, okay? Like you look at movies and you see all this scary movies and everybody enjoys the scary movies, but I wanted to break down how demons are transferred, what they're drawn to, how they can dominate your soul, how they get um, in your body. Is many different ways. I want to break it down, like to make you understand, so you won't think that it's a game out here. And then I want to give you some like examples by news, celebrities, movies, situations, everyday situations that you could just write off as coincidence, but it's not, so that you'll get a better understanding and you won't put yourself in certain situations being pretty much like there are certain situations out in this world that's considered popular. And those popular things draw people in because you don't want something that seems like it's not going to draw people in. You got to find a device to get everybody to want to do something. It's called reverse psychology. When I was in school a while back, I majored in psychology. I loved it so much, I majored in it twice. Now, just because you major in psychology doesn't mean you're Professor X. It just means that you're a person of the mind. I'm a mind person. I'm a person of the mind. I love walking brains. When I see people, I look at people as individuals, and everybody is intelligent. Everybody has their own wisdom to them. Everybody on this earth is intelligent. A piece of paper with a signature on it means nothing. That's great. I have two pieces of paper with signatures on it. That doesn't mean anything. But your wisdom and the stuff that you learn in this lifetime is everything. You're with you everywhere you go, and nobody can take that from you. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Um, Spiritual possession, demonic possession, gateways and openings and how they enter. And I just want to break some things down. All right, so let's start with a body. Let's start with a soul, a spirit, a body, flesh, a life. How we even get a life. Okay, you start from what's going on, Gen V? Don't be fooled by the. It don't matter which channel. I'm still gonna sing your song until you get tired of it. And I knew it. You're a Pisces, so I figured you'd come through. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Sorry, I know that was corny, but that's your song. Gen V 19 said, I almost majored in psychology, but did classical humanities instead, still learning about people. Well, it doesn't matter whether you learned majored in psychology or not, classic humanities is still pretty much on the same level because classic humanities still dealing with, you're still getting a better understanding of people, why they do things, what makes people tick, what makes people not tick, why people think the way they do, you know, it's still on the same lines. So the only thing with psychology is we never listen to our admissions. When our admissions recruiters tell us in the beginning that psychology is good, but it's difficult to get in a career with that. We don't care. If you're a mind person, you don't care whether people are going to be able to get right in types of people that major in psychology. You have you have the free spirited people that are very intuitive and go with the flow and just feel a lot. Empaths, people that are like walking empaths and walking discerners from birth, like from the time you were a kid, you probably were dreaming things that happened. You probably were telling your family members stuff and it happened. You probably would get strong vibes out in the open with people and be straight on point. These are some people that were psychology majors. The other half of psychology majors did it because of the money. They were in it for the wrong reason. Okay. You have two types. One part is in it because they want to help people and because they can see straight through people, and it's not to be judgmental, it's because you can see. Okay, these are the people that are drawn to psychology, and you have master manipulators too. So you got to be careful, with psychology, and to fall into that first category, the category of people who knew, because I started out being very spiritual, like at a young age, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, a old soul. lone wolf, dream stuff all the time, look at people and just see in the eyes what's going on in the soul. And it may appear that I'm sad, but I don't be sad. It's like I could feel the sadness in someone because I could see what's going on. I've gone through some sad situations, but I shake mine off very quickly. I shake it off very quickly because I don't have a choice. It's like whatever. But someone else can see their sadness and feel it. And it's like, dang, oh, I've always been like that. So that's why I distance myself sometimes because I could feel a lot of stuff. Right. And I've been like that since a child. So that's what led me to psychology. But I came up spiritual. My great grandmother, she was very, very spiritual. She was what some people would call shaman, my great grandma. And she was by the old school. She was born in 1919. And she was what you would consider a shaman. She did not go to church. She dug in the ground with herbs. She took certain things and she healed people with it. And I watched her and I learned a lot from her and I admired her. So if you have that type of background, it's no wonder that it would lead me to psychology. But psychology is boring because I'm into spirituality, what you don't see, what you don't see. And psychology is just that because psychology deals with the mind. You can't see the mind, you can see the body. But by a person's actions, you can see their mind or what they want to show you. So psychology only gets to a certain level. But then there's a level beyond psychology, which is spirituality, the spiritual reasons why people do things in the background of things you can't see unless you are very intuitive. Then it makes its way to the mind, the body, and the soul, and your actions of what you see out in this world. It's like a step by step process. That's why you have psychologists that study psychology. You have shaman. A lot of psychologists are greedy. They get into pharmaceutical. It's like a I don't know what to say, man. It's like people are becoming greedy. They're becoming greedy. So you got to be careful with some of these psychologists out here. You know which ones. Use your intuition. I couldn't get into it. I thought that's what I wanted, but when I graduated and I looked at how I listened to people conversations when I graduated, and it just disgusted me real bad because I saw some of the people that were the professors, and I listened to what they were saying about their clients, and it made me want to throw up. They were talking more about the money they were going to make off of the clients that were coming to see a psychologist versus their true compassion for getting to the bottom of things beyond the mind. When you're talking about what my great grandma was, okay, some people say doula, some people say shaman, some people say health practitioner, health guru. That's what my great grandma was. So when you look at that, that to me is a psychologist. But in the Western world, they only look at a pill, medication, and they find a way to get people hooked on medication, but then tell you to go sit in front of a psychologist. I could not have no dealings with it. So I walked away from that. Even though I majored in it, I didn't want to do. So I knew I could find a way to take what I'm already good at, being intuitive and discerning, being very, very, very pinpoint on, and having background knowledge from my great grandmother with herbology. I was taught about demonology at a young age from my great grandma. She broke it down to me of what demonology is and all the different hierarchies and ranks. I saw some things for myself. I saw her do stuff. My great grand, I literally saw her do stuff. I saw it with my own eyes, and I saw what she did. I knew what she mixed. I saw, and she did nothing negative to people. She helped people, and I made a choice very young to I took a vow very young within myself to follow my great grandma, even though this world tells you that the other way is the best way. You'll get more acknowledgement. And I was like, I'm not in that. I'm not in it. So my path was a little bit harder because I won't do what other people do because I saw it firsthand, not the benefits, but the spiritual blessings that come with doing what's right. When you have a choice to do right or wrong by people, it's your choice, but it's also your karma. And I learned that. So now back to spirituality. Before it's ever psychology, before you ever had a brain or a mind, you were just a spirit. And before you were even a glog of, sperm to egg, before you had a soul, you were a spirit, you were energy. And your body was being made and formed but your soul wasn't in that body yet. When the umbilical cord was cut from the body, had to unite, and then you have a soul. I hate when I'm trying to say something, all of a sudden it start messing up. YouTube need to straighten up because everybody else on YouTube is talking about stupid stuff. YouTube need to wise up. I'm talking about real stuff, so chill out, okay? You got people on here doing dumb stuff on YouTube talking about goofy stuff and who they're sleeping with and all this. You have somebody on here trying to promote something serious, so YouTube need to stop doing all that glitching on systems. I'm not with it. Now, anyway, I know it seems like it's taking forever for me to get to the point, but it's because I wanted to stick with you. I want to say it in a way that is understood by you. And I don't want to talk in ways that you don't understand. I want to make sure that it's clear because I want you to understand this. Okay. And I had to give you a background of how I got like this. Okay. And I take it very seriously because I know what world I live in, because I want you to understand this. Okay. And I had to give you a background of how I got like this. Okay. And I take it very seriously because I know what world I live in. And I see my great grandma walk in it. My great grandma used to clean houses. So people didn't take it serious. I hate that. My great grandma, she cleaned houses all the way up until she was old. And she didn't have to do that. She did it because she was an empath. And people was like, a lady, she had a lot of wisdom. And people was like, if she had that much wisdom, why is she cleaning houses? And it made me mad. And I used to go off on my great grandma, like, hold on, who you talking to? Don't disrespect my great grandma, right? My great grandma used to clean buildings. She used to clean houses only because it gave her peace. She didn't have to be bothered. She didn't have to do a lot of stuff because she felt a lot of stuff with people. She felt a lot. And she would tell people and they'd be like, whoa. So she would feel it. She would feel it in her body. She would feel it in her body. And when she felt it in her body, she would go home, she would pray, and she would come up with a solution for the person who she felt. Call them, and heal them through the phone. Go to them, make something. She would make stuff, bring it to them. They would get healed. That's why my great grandma chose to do that because she didn't want to be into peeing and praying. That's what she would do. She saved. She saved her money. That's what she did. My great grandma saved her money. She dressed regular. She used to dress in some Converse, some regular pants, her favorite shirts, her hair in a turban. She wore a turban. I wrapped my hair just like my great grandma. She used to wear a turban. And she would go places, and she would look at some people, talk to them. She didn't mind talking. She loved to talk. She was a Gemini. But she would feel so strong. She had a way of knowing how to tell people that she could feel it and saying it to where it didn't scare them. Be able to see into the spiritual world. And when you talk about lineage, it's going to find its way to some family member that has an acceptance of it. Okay, when you hear that stuff, many are called, but few are chosen. That's real. Many are called and few are chosen. What that means is you could come from a family line of people that had the same opportunity, but they chose other opportunities because they wanted visible opportunities and they didn't want to look weird to people out in this world. So they declined spiritual gifts because it didn't look fun to them. And like, who's going to believe that? People are going to call you weird or crazy, man. So they turned it down. So that type of gift will travel until it sees one person that it knows is going to accept that gift and accept that calling and walk with it, even if they're different from everybody, even if they look weird to people, even if they walk alone, because they're not lonely. I'm not lonely. I walk alone all the time, but I'm not alone. And you all that are the same way, it knew that you were going to do what it took, no matter what was thrown at you in your life. That's what many are called for your chosen means, right? That means you have an old soul, number one. You have a wise soul, number two. You don't fit in a lot of places, and you don't care, number four. You don't want to. When you look at this world and you see this, when you look at this world and you see the stuff going on, you see things differently. You don't see it as, man, that's messed up. You see it as, whoa, I look at the spiritual reason behind it. I'm glad that's not me. Okay, so all right, let's talk about it now. All right, so we started from the semen to the egg to conception to your soul being incarnated into your body to the separation of the umbilical cord that separates you from your mother and makes you your own person. Up until that time, your eyes was your mother's eyes, and her mother's eyes, and her mother's eyes. Your breath was your mother's breath. Every breath she breathes was yours until they cut that umbilical cord. Now, your next umbilical cord is called the silver lining. I'm starting with the basics before we get into spirituality and demonology so that you understand what demonic possession is and how it can happen so that you can prevent yourself from it happening, okay? Umbilical cords is when you're now the next umbilical cord is the silver life, this life. Once that silver lining is cut, you are now in the spiritual realm. That's what keeps us here. You know how they have this thing called gravity, which keeps us from floating all around in this earth? Well, that's the same thing what happens with our soul and spirit. The silver lining keeps us from slipping out of our bodies at will. Some of us know what astral projection is. Some of us know what out of body experiences are. Some of us know what near death experiences are. Okay? That gives you a sign to let you know that your body, your spirit knows to stay in place because of that silver lining that keeps you in the land of the living. But when you have an astral projection or out of body experience or near death experience, your spirit is temporarily out of your body. This can happen for several reasons. One, you go spirits. It's like you're going through a major situation, a spiritual awakening, and you're searching in your spirit for answers, and you leave your body, and you find that there's more to this life, and it keeps you calm. It's an eye opener you never forget. Other people get into a serious situation, such as near death experience, such as someone getting drowned, someone falling off a cliff and passing out, and they snap out of their body, someone getting in an accident, see their life flash before their eyes. This is to remind them that there's more to this life. So their silver lining is still there, but temporarily they're out of their body and spirit to keep them from feeling too much pain at that moment. That's why. Then you have all of us have silver lining, not all of us. Everybody on this earth has it. But when your time's up, your silver lining is cut like an umbilical cord, and you're reborn. You're born in the spiritual world. You go back home. There's nothing to be afraid of. Okay. Now, since I come from a I was always drawn to the after world and people being afraid to cross over, people being afraid of death. I have no problem talking about it. So I know how to talk to people so where they're not afraid anymore. Possession fear, the very thing you fear can happen and you're scared of it. So it could tease you and touch you and do things to you to where, oh, I'm scared of that. I'm gonna do that. I'm scared of that. Nah, there's nothing to be afraid of. Just like you went afraid to be born, why would you be afraid to be reborn? That makes no sense. Now, demonic possession. Places that this can happen a lot. Okay, people that deal with Ouija boards. Okay, that's one. Do what you want to do. I'm not people that go to prison, jail, juvie, holding, um, hospice, and hospitals. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen to you. It just means you got to be aware because it's different spirits in there. A lot of spirits are trying to heal. A lot of spirits are trying to heal. And a lot of people are afraid to heal. Some are running to healing and others are afraid of healing. And when you fear healing, you're open. And when you're open, something can speak into you and jump in that weakness or that fear could jump in and inhabit your body. Other ways are being extremely angry. Being mad at somebody because they did something stupid is one thing. Like, okay, I'm mad, okay? But angry or rage, or you rage, or I just can't control myself, is when you end up seeing news clips, such as those Unabombers, or remember back in the day with those little kids, it can happen kids too, like them teenagers that went to school and did all these shootings, or that guy, Steven Stevens, that went to the school and he was so enraged at that woman that he took out everybody in the school. Well, not everybody, a lot of people. Or Elliot Rogers, he was younger too. He wasn't a kid, he was younger. Elliot Roger had a he had a very perverted spirit, and he also had a spirit of rejection. And when you combine the two, you end up in rage. And when you do that, you really are able to be possessed, because any spirit is looking at you and just hoping that you have an opening, especially one that wants a body. You have a body. You can do stuff spirits can't do. They have to wait to get in your body first. They can taunt you and tease you, but they can't do something to another person until they get into a body that can actually do that. They need your body. So don't make it easy for them. Don't make it easy. Um, Elliot Rogers. I'm sure you heard of Elliot Rogers. Okay, Elliot Rogers was a younger guy. I think he was from California. He was a beautiful. That's the thing. He was so disillusioned. He had no idea that he was an attractive guy. He was actually attractive, but he was dealing with a spirit of rejection. But he was demented. He didn't like himself at all. So the spirit of rejection was drawn to him, and the spirit of perversion. So it was, you need to do something about that, man. You gonna let him talk to you like that? You the one. You the man. They only want those busters. That's how spirits play with you. And he's sitting up there already not liking himself. He's sitting up there already, you know, enraged and mad and angry because he feels that women don't notice him. That's not true. He doesn't notice himself. So women don't notice him either. So he's listening to a spirit that's playing with him just to get in his body, sweet talking him. Sweet, it is sweet talk. When you are already thinking on something and a spirit comes and be in agreement with you and tells you the same thing you're thinking, that's a spirit sweet talking you. Even though it's messed up, it's manipulation. But to your ears, it's going to sound like the sweetest thing you ever heard because someone understands you, right? But that spirit is only saying that to get you to do something. Once you decide you want to do it, spirit hop in, takes over your body. It needs your body to take out a lot of people. You have to agree first. If you don't agree, all it can do is to just like pester you and eventually go to someone else. Once you agree with it and your mind connects with that spirit, you're done. It's a wrap. You're going to open your eyes in prison. You're going to open your eyes in prison and have handcuffs on and wonder what happened to you. And try to tell probably a lot of people in this world this happens to them. You know how people say they didn't do nothing? And it make you laugh like, that's you on the camera. Isn't that you? And they're like, I didn't do nothing. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. The spirit that they played with did it. But you can't blame a spirit for something you did. That's going to look weird in this world. This world ain't ready for it yet. This world isn't on it yet. But a lot of other places know what I'm talking about. It's going to look weird when you're telling somebody you didn't do something when they have you doing it. In this world, you're going to be slapped up and down and around in circles. These demons are going to have fun with you. And they will not care about you at all. They don't care what your name is. They don't care where you're from. They don't care who you know. Because then the demon not going like a fool. You know? Prison for the things that they're doing. It starts with a thought, and it starts with something they're entertaining, and it starts with something that they repeat over and over in their head. And that draws in those demons like, ooh, you look attractive. You look like somebody that I can occupy in your body. This ought to be easy, right? Even demons like a challenge. But if it's there, I mean, the demons just do it. But you can't go to court for people that sit up in prison talking about they didn't. Let me give you an example. These killings that's going on with these kids out here, these Uber driver situations that's been on the news, and these kidnappings and things like that. I'm going to break down again places like people that watch a lot of people that watch pornography, people that watch pornography, people that be watching that type of stuff, and they think people being rude to them or being like a stick in the mud or whatever because you're telling them to stay away from pornography. And they watch that stuff and they start getting demented and perverted. They start getting real perverted, real perverted. In those, look, if you're watching pornography, the people that you're looking at aren't who you think you're looking at all. The people that you're looking at have shared over 100, 200, 300 bodies. And in all of the bodies that they have shared have been possessed. What you are looking at is a human, but what's operating through them is several demons on camera doing whatever. So the person that's watching that is opening their whole body up to possession right then and there. Now imagine somebody that's watching that think it's just harmless, and then they go and get drunk. That explains what's happening in this world. Or they go and do some drugs on top of that. Because demons play you for a fool. They already have you. For the people that's watching porn and stuff like that, watching demons is what you're doing. Then you become perverted. Next thing you know, you blank out. And you probably sit in prison with a charge. Looking stupid. Blaming it on something that nobody can see, right? I know people think that they're looking at people when they're watching, for the people that's into that pornography and stuff like that. People that's interested in orgies. And think about it. I'm not judging people. I'm just saying, if somebody come to you and they want you to perform in an orgy, I'm doing that. Like, they're trying to block the whole connection because of what I'm talking about. Even YouTube acting stupid. Anyway, so what I was saying is I was talking about pornography. Okay, that's another entry for real. Especially if you on drugs and stuff like that. Drugs is also a demon, and people are like, "Oh man, you just taking it too far." Remember that news clip, that news on the news when they showed that guy in Miami, butt naked, street, with police officers shooting and at him, and he was still moving? Guy in the street, naked with no clothes on, chewing the face off another man, eating his face off. And he was humped over him like this, and they showed him, and they showed how his eyes look. They tried to play it off. This world know what's going on. So when people draw on the drugs, that is a demon in the form of a pill. A demon can take any form, human or non-human. Period. It just needs to get in your body. That's the easiest way. It'll make it exciting. It'll make it look so good. For example, cigarettes. People, they have it. People smoking cigarettes looking cool. They use celebrities to market it to make you want to get it so it can get in your body. They show celebrities, blowing smoke out, you know what I'm saying, having fun while having fun, putting their middle fingers up, being possessed together. They want to get you down with it too. And you watching it, you hearing the music, you like, man, that look fun. I want to go get some smoke and blow it out my nose too. I want my lungs to explode, right? That look fun. So they don't want to go. Them celebrities don't want to go down by themselves. They know what's going on. The celebrities know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. You pay to destroy your lungs. They get paid so that you could watch them pretend to destroy their lungs. Half of them not even smoking cigarettes. These celebrities, when you see smoke coming out, when they making a rap video or a music video, that's a prop. And then you watching it, you go by the real thing, you get messed up. Each one of those celebrities are going to get paid a percentage. They're going to get paid from Marlboro, Newport, 100s, and all these other cigarettes for even advertising it in their video. The more people watch their video, they're getting paid for that. They're marketers. Celebrities are marketers. They're marketing their clothes, their shoes, their hair, bodies from their own eyes. More so than their ears. Their eyes and their body. Their sexual body. These are the two portals that people normally get used with, more so than their ears and their mouth. It's normally their eyes and their body to get them every time. Every time. It's the easiest entries for demons to play with. Because people aren't really selective of what they watch, where they're at, who they allow in their life. They just don't care. If they just don't care no more. So that's how that happened. Going back to pornography, because when I talked about it, I noticed it started glitching. Oh well, because it's gonna have to. I'm talking about the truth. Whether it's men or women, if you're watching pornography, don't do it. What you're looking at, I'm gonna tell you one more time, what you're looking at appears to be human. And they may have come from humans, okay? They may have been born out of a woman, okay? Out of a mom. But what I'm saying is, what is controlling those bodies that you're seeing, you don't see. Especially if you're more in tune with what's going on instead of what's going on behind the scenes. You have no idea. Some of them get paid more than doctors just for doing that. They're portals of spiritual possession. So the more you look at it, the more it's like your eyes are like windows to the soul. Your eyes are windows to the soul. Your eyes are gateways and openings to your body, to your inside. See, there it goes again. Every time I try to talk about it, start blocking up. It's getting on my nerves. Every time I try to talk about this, it start freezing up. That's how you know you're saying something. Because it starts freezing up and stuff. If I wasn't saying anything, it wouldn't do that. You chill out. So I know it only happens when I talk about pornography because it's messing with even the little kids out here. When you have these little girls out here, someone who is inspiring, someone who is popular, and you combine it, that's an easy entry to. That's how it get into kids. It wants a body. What do you think Charles Manson was? Charles Manson was a born demon from the time he was a child. That dude was killing animals when he was a kid. He was decapitating cats and dogs off of birds, and he had to move on up the hierarchy, killing people. You talk about hierarchies and kingdoms of demons and demonology. This boy was born like that. And then you look at the parents and people say, oh, they look innocent. You don't know what you're seeing. You don't know what they did, and you don't know what they're playing off. That's what I'm saying. The human body could fool you. If you're just looking at the body, you will never see anything. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see what you think you're seeing at all. So, okay, another example. I was talking about the different places where you could pick up. All right. Strip clubs. Strip clubs, pornography. You're like, what? Oh, man. Yeah. Club. You could, and people are like, oh, man, that's boring. Now, what are we supposed to do? Just stand around playing the harp? No, not at all. Not at all. You can enjoy yourself just as long as you're aware. Just as long as you're aware. Be aware. You don't have to go all out of control and just start, I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know where this stuff can happen because when you're off guard and you're not paying attention, it can happen to you. It's dark. When you go in the club, it's dark. It's real dark. Everybody look good. Everybody look good. Ooh, the music playing, giggling. You have no idea what's going on. You don't even care. The lyrics to the song don't matter. You don't care about the lyrics to the song. You just like the beat. The beat is nice. But when you really tune into what that song is telling you, when it's dark in the club, it's real dark. Get your little drink on. It's dark. Got you some little red lights in the background to make everything look real good. And then you start hearing the lyrics to the song. And the lyrics are getting worse nowadays. Cut them up, cut them up, cut them up. Beat them down, beat them down, beat them out. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay, so and the beat sound good, right? Everybody just dancing to it too. Like, yeah, cut, beat, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. And when you really listen to how stupid it sounds without the beat, when you listen to how stupid the song sound, if you cut the beat, if you take the beat away, it will sound stupid. That's why people always end up getting into fights in the club. Is they had one too many drinks and ended up at the embassy with this pretty little thing from Memphis, Tennessee. It was a one night extravaganza, in the words of Jamie Foxx. Right? If YouTube don't stop, they're really getting on my nerves for real. Okay? It's quick possession. That's another way people end up bought into this world. A lot of the times the kids that come into this world, they weren't planned. Majority of us weren't planned at all. None of us were planned. Okay? Sometimes people do plan for kids, and sometimes they just get put here by accident because it just happened. Oops, well, might as well have them, right? You wanna know how? They went to the club one night, they had something to drink, they were like, ah, snap, they could have just sat to themselves. But even when you to yourself and you have you a drink, make sure your mind clear. Because that's how people end up snatched up out this earth because they start thinking too deep and they take themselves out. Okay. So anything you do, it got to be in moderation as long as you're aware of what you're doing. If you go into the club, the lights dim, people who you thought was cute, like it don't even matter. Everybody look cute when the lights are low, right? Nobody can see. And I'm already wearing glasses, so I don't need to be in no dark place with no low lights. I be thinking everybody look like LL Cool J. Oh wow, look at you. And ooh, cut lights on. Let me take my glasses back off. Like, anyway, so you in there, you got these men and women in there together. On one side of the club, they playing fight songs to get you to get beat up, get you beat up in the club and thrown over the balcony. And that's some people. Then they end up arrested in jail. The next morning, they wake up feeling stupid. Then you have the other half of the people. They playing R. Kelly songs. They playing R. Kelly songs. Okay, the club is smart. You got the DJ, the skill in music. That's a skill. That's an art. I'm telling you, DJs they skillful. That's art right there. To know exactly what song to play by looking at all the people in there, knowing what they want to hear just by scanning the crowd. You scan the crowd, you can see some Latinos, people from Costa Rica, Colombia, from the Caribbean. You can see some people from Argentina, from Africa, all up, and you see everybody from Asia. And you looking at the crowd and you start making sure you got to know music. But if you a real DJ, you know music from all backgrounds, all cultures, and you're going to play it because you got to get people in that mood. They drinking, the lights low. You better play this. Now it's up to the DJ to keep the mood going. Because if that music stop, people gonna start looking around. They're gonna snap out of their days. Okay, so now you got people over here beating the brakes off each other, punching each other over balconies and getting arrested. Now you got to play some perverted songs, but people don't realize it's perverted because it sound good. I mean, you got the drums playing, you got a little bass in there, you got a little saxophone in there. That sound good. The beat, the melody sound good. But when you listen to the lyrics, it start to sound weird. Like trapped in the closet, closet, closet. And you see women over there winding. They like winding, trapped in the closet. R. Kelly's trapped in the closet. And we all know what trapped in the closet sound like. But you got women winding to a song called Trapped in the Closet while drunk in some dim lights with dudes looking, and they drunk too under some dim lights. Well, R. Kelly playing, you see what R. Kelly is, a thoroughbred pervert. And they playing his song, and you all into messed up. You can't even see who you looking at because it's so dark. You don't know who that is. You smiling, you think they look good. They think you look good. 9 months later, a baby's born. Now, what do you think that kid could say how their parents met? But the parents gonna play it off. They're gonna be like, when we created you, we said to ourselves, you're the one. No, they didn't. When they created you, R. Kelly was playing. They didn't see nothing wrong with bump and grind. And they were drunk, and they were high, and it was dark, and they couldn't see each other's faces. And when the lights came on, they slapped themselves. They they said, man, this got to be some real with voodoo, man. Turn back off the lights. The minute they felt like they had been had, like they got set up. And the DJ up there laughing at them because he set them all up. He had to look at the ratio of men to women in that club. Because if he seen a balanced amount of men and women, he knew to start playing R. Kelly right off the bat and cut down the fight music until he see the young crowd. When you get the young crowd in there, you got to start playing dumb songs that don't make sense, to where the lyrics sound totally stupid, to where it don't make any sense, or where they're not even saying nothing. But the beat will fool you all. The beat will be like, boom, boom. The young people don't care. People to be like 18, 19, 20. It'll be a stupid song with a good beat. Everybody fighting, including the DJ. But then when the older crowd come in, they switch the music up again. They go to R&B. And people say, oh, we good, man. It's R&B. We're good now. Not really. They got to get the master. You talk about hierarchies. You got to talk about high ranking demons. You got to look at the news and see who keep getting arrested for perversion or being pedophiles or ending up in prison or jail for doing wrong things to other people inappropriately groping, inappropriately touching, and taking advantage of men and women. They always in the news for this type of stuff. That's the music they're gonna play. Everybody else got a bid to get their music up there. I don't care how good your music is. If you get in trouble and you getting arrested over and over for perversion, your music is what demons need to get into your body. You're not gonna pay attention, and you're not gonna cut it off. You're gonna turn it up till you go deaf. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna be like, yeah, I want to hear more. I want to blow out my own eardrums. I'll show you. Okay. You're not gonna say, man, this song sounds stupid. You're not gonna be thinking about that. You're gonna be like, this sounds good. Let me turn this all the way up. So guess who's gonna be there? Mystical was my boy. Back in the day when I was young, I used to love Mystical from Louisiana. I liked the way his delivery, he reminded me of a Black Eminem. But I noticed that every time he ended up having rape charges. He ended up with rape charges. R. Kelly, rape charges. These are like, they were untouchable when it came to their music, period. They were untouchable. They moved to the highest of the charts before everybody. They were geniuses when it came to music and writing music. Nobody could top them. Nobody. They were on everybody's radio. They were in everybody's club. Right? So that's one of the easiest places to talk about your body, your lower body is the easiest way to go under demonic attack because you're not thinking, okay? You're not thinking. A lot of women don't question men. A lot of men don't question women. They just see someone, they look good. Next thing you know, they're together. Like, oh, yeah, well, okay, good enough for me. Okay. That's how. And then you see these kids getting out of control and they blame it on them. And it's not. It's deeper than that. And the kids like, you know what? My parents don't want to say nothing to me. They keep lying to me. They keep telling me they were perfect when they were younger, and I know they weren't. My mom says all her life she was playing for, and they take it following or what they think is cool, and it's not. And the adults right behind them, which don't make any sense. They leading the kids straight to a hole. Well, you got to be listening to people, man. That's what I'm saying. You can't play a beat for everything. Nowadays, people put a beat behind anything. It'd be stupid stuff. Turn the beat down and listen to what people are telling you. You could be listening to a song to tell you to jump off a bridge, but it got a good beat. Jump off the bridge. Jump off the bridge. Break your own neck. Fall down the steps. Fall down the steps. And people are like, oh, that sounds good. Next thing you know, you fell down the stairs. Oh man, when people need to listen to the lyrics that they're listening to and stop letting it just enter into your head, into your ears without your permission. Because if you really knew what was being said, you probably won't let it enter your ears. So you got to be slick. It's got to be slick to find a way to get it in your ears. Like now, they got these songs. They had this song out for the younger crowd, and it's the mumble rap, like the mumble rap. The sound every bit of dumb. And y'all know what I'm talking about with mumble rap. It sounds just like that mumble rap. This much before. It has never froze up this much. Cause YouTube been a good one. They're not. They're annoying. They choose who they want to move up, and they choose whose channels they don't mess with. No matter how. So watch who you watching too. Watch who you watching. If they extra popular, and it seemed like it happened too fast, and you notice that they probably saying the same thing. Channel. What are you doing? Are you getting wasted on camera? Every time somebody cut on the camera, you getting wasted in front of the camera, and everybody just cheering it on. Are you smoking a crack pipe on camera, and people just can't get enough of you? They got people doing anything on camera, and people don't even pay attention because they got a pop one goofy. They know something looks stupid, and something in your soul on that channel watching that. So you're not gonna go against that. I mean, that's 1,000,002 people. Yeah, it look a little weird. So yeah, the lyrics of songs are very say you angry. Because if you deny the fact that you're angry about something, you're done with that. But if you don't know yourself, anger can quickly turn into rage. In this world, it's only going you could be you ever seen that movie Fallen, The Fallen with Denzel Washington? Where he was just walking down the just going somewhere and he bumped into somebody. And he had a problem with people bumping into him. He had a problem with that. Since he had a problem with people bumping into him, there was a demon that bumped into him because he knew that that person had a problem with people bumping into him because he knew it would tick him off that bad to where he could get hopped into that quick. They got to operate quick. People love angels and people fear demons, and people know it, and demons know that. So whatever they do, they got to do it quick. If this don't stop freezing up, and they just keep doing it, like trying to cut my message short, I'm tired of it. See, watch this. When I don't say nothing, they don't freeze up. As soon as I say something, they start doing it again. I'm not with it. Whatever. So y'all let me know. Type in this on the side to let me know if you're hearing this or not, because I don't want to be saying this for nothing. I want to know if you all hear me. If you hear me, type something in the chat and let me know you following along. Other than that, I feel like I'm just saying stuff, especially because they keep on freezing it up, and I don't know who still can hear me or not. Um, what else was I saying? I was talking about the club and certain lyrics and it being the right the right atmosphere for you to be distracted and not paying attention to what's being put into your head. Good. All right, Gen V. Now I'm gonna get more into the drugs. Now, drugs. Okay, you have people out here that's on drugs. Bad man, it's sad. And when you really look, you start seeing people look zombie-like. That's what. And these drugs, you might as well say that's a zombie demon. You ever seen those movies of zombies? And they have no control over their body, and they just be moving, and they just be just out of it. They just be out of it. When you look at these people out here on these drugs, they think that's cool. Everybody cheering them on. Yeah, do more drugs. It's like, what's wrong with people, man? People know how they sound because they see celebrities doing drugs on TV, dressed up, looking smooth. Is it okay to jump out of a car that's already driving? Because that looks stupid, right? They get people to make fool of themselves just because it look cool to people. Just because is it any more ridiculous if you dressed in Gucci, hitting yourself in the top of your head, versus you wearing regular clothes, hitting yourself in the top of the head? They both look stupid. So why would you follow behind anybody and follow anything? You don't follow everything and everyone. You could follow someone straight off a cliff, man. You gotta be very cautious of what you're following. And extra caution of who you're listening to. Um, back to the drugs. You have everything from the weed, everything from the crack, cocaine, everything from people that's doing heroin, people out here that's doing the most out here. And they can't get enough. Why do you think they can't get enough? They can't get enough. okay? Said YouTube really blocking this because they know what I'm about to say. They know what I'm about to say, so they're trying to hurry up and stop it. So you all let me know if you can hear me because I'm saying that it is freezing up. Let me know. Let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know when I'm glitching too. Tell me if I'm glitching so I will know and I will stop. Because if you don't tell me that I'm glitching, I don't know. And attractive to your taste buds, right? So when people, I've never done them. I'm not anybody who has. Though, please don't think I'm coming down on you because I don't know. I haven't done it. I've read up on it. I've seen people. I've known people that have done it, and I've seen what happened to them. They're not in this earth anymore. They did. The people that I saw that did that stuff, they did. So they're not allowed to tell the story. I'll tell you their story for them. The end. You live a fast life, that's the life you leave out of here with. If you slow yourself, even if people before you get ejected out this life, yeah, this this world will eject you straight out of it, and before you won't even know. So, okay, out here doing crack. Okay, I've never done this stuff, but I've known people that have, and it's sad. But you get strong, superhumanly strong too, and it could be someone who's 100 pounds. They could pick up someone who's 300 or 400 pounds and throw them. It could be someone that's 80 pounds, pick up a 300-pound grown man and throw him across the room and pick him up again on some goofy stuff. America hate the truth. America hate anything that sounds true. America likes stupid stuff. The dumber it is, the dumber they can make you look, the more money they can make off of you making a fool of yourself, the more popular it becomes. The more it can mess up your health so that doctors can get paid for you, which is low down because I think that it's sort of messed up that you charge people all of that when you see their health, they need help. And look what America, look what happens. Yeah, I know it's glitching now because I'm telling the truth. Oh, let me know when it start again. I think it has now. So you have these drugs. They enter into the body, and as soon as they take it, they want more. They get more strength, even though it appears their body is breaking down more. Because if they really realized that their body was being broken down because of the drug, these street drugs, they would stop. But there's an illusion to take over their mind and their eyes, so where they can't even see. They no longer have control. They can't see anymore. And in exchange, they may be able to get some physical strength that they didn't even have before the drug. Especially people that do cocaine and crack. And the people that be doing heroin. And I'm not talking about either one of them. I'm just saying, man, if they do that, please stop. And it ain't that easy, I'm sure, but they better start thinking about what's going on. The demon, when they look in the mirror, they don't see that them drugs eating out their face, eating holes in their face, eating holes in their whole head, just eating them up. They can't see it. They don't see that. They think they look the same. And that's something. Myself, that's what they'll tell you. But you looking at them and you're like, man, this stuff is tearing you up. Stop. They can't and feel. The world calls it addiction. The spirit world calls it possession. There's a difference. That's why they can't stop. People say, won't you just quit? They can't just quit. They can't. And people start getting mad at them and saying, oh man, what's wrong with you? Just stop. But the spirit in the drug. And the spirit in the drug matches up to how they feel, something that they were feeling. And they found it in that drug to make them feel better. So if they were feeling like they were powerless, they found the drug that made them feel powerful, even though it was destroying their body. Piece by piece. You think they're gonna let go of that power that they're getting when they felt powerless? No. You tell them to stop. They tell you they can't. They tell you they need help. So that's why I'm saying I'm not judging people that do drugs. I've never been on drugs at all. And I'm glad and thankful, but I'm not judging anybody who has done to do something or whatever. Imagine a drug that constantly make you run back to it, to where you'll do anything for it, anything. I'm talking about demonic possession here. I'm talking babies for just to get to that drug. They don't see the baby that they sell. They looking at that drug. And really, they not even they're saying, look, I'll make you feel better. It's just you and me. Seriously. And some of them either overdosing, they end up overdosing. What do you think that happens when they overdose? What state of mind do you think they're in? Do you think they have no idea? They think they're going to keep doing it. They think they're going to get another chance to do that again. The demon plays with them over and over and plays with them and plays with them. A little bit more. Another body to jump into. Quick. Somebody close around them. Someone who could be feeling becomes addictive and it could destroy you. You got to, when people are doing all that, the people just can't get back. That's what happens. They pulled them so from reality to distort their mind so strong that they can't get back. They don't even know they slipped on. They don't even know they slipped out their body. They have no idea. They don't. So the demon is aware of it. It's laughing. The demon's like, oh yeah. Let me see. Let me see if I can find another body to jump in real. If I see somebody say, okay, it stopped, but I didn't. Okay, GNV, I saw that you said it stopped, but I don't know if you can still hear me. Let me know if you can. So it starts looking, okay? An argument could take place. A fight could take place between the person they're drifting out because of what they're doing. But still not seeing anybody let me know. Y'all let me know. Okay, let me know when it's not glitching. Is it glitching? No one said anything. Talk about where all I'm gonna use women for somebody channel. You don't have to turn on YouTube to watch somebody smoke weed. Grown people that's watching it, not kids. Grown people. Yeah, don't be gullible, or else you'll live a lie for the rest of your life. Um, opening up your body to attack. People don't talk about that stuff no more. They see somebody who everybody in the body can lay down and do that, and 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 like a donkey to a carrot on a string. And that's how a lot of men and women are getting messed up and set up to demonic oppression and possession. Man, they don't know that they're getting beat. I beat her all in her face and told her that was if he wasn't praying with his hands or reaching for the stars or stretching his arm because no hitting going on. Because I'm aware. But love can be a drug if it's not done in moderation, if you don't love yourself. Domination. It's called obsession. And that's a spirit. Love obsessed. Something's wrong. They got demons, demonic possession. It ain't cute. That's why the domestic violence rate has gone up over the years. You telling you they love you ain't gonna do it's whatever. Thanks. Me too. They do it because I love you. What? This is how stupid it sounds. They do it because they love them. I'm going to get off of here because it's getting on my nerves. And obviously a different one. And leave the YouTube for those people that YouTube select. Like people that want to smash cans on their face, smoke weed on camera, and pipes and all that type of stuff with 1,000,002 followers. Not looking at, look at that. It's never done that. I think Gen V knows it's never done this much. Chance to break down some other things. It's going to keep doing this the whole time I'm on here. He has locks. He's very smart. The dude is very spiritual. He's a young guy too. Everything. Yeah, type of category. From television to some of these actors that get on there to where they don't say anything. In circles with 50 dudes up in my face telling some dude I love him. And let's just say, so that's considered weird. Well, I'll just be that weirdo. Isn't that something? Weird is the stuff that's normally something you should think about. If you don't think, that's normal. I already know I don't care about popularity. Something called serve it up or something, drinking beers and just smashing it on their head and to the point where they falling all down. And you about versus look at what they're talking about. If you are who you are in this world, you are going to get looked at sideways. Whatever. Because if you were actually doing those things, nobody would say anything. Say selling dope, they're not going to play with them because they know what happens to them. They leave them alone. It's considered a crime to be yourself too. It's considered a crime to tell the truth and not a lie. If you tell lies, people put they. You got to be up to something. What? You take the no. Go on. It's like what? And then they'd be like, you though, you're doing it, huh? If you be yourself, no matter what said or not said, you know you're being who you are. And yes, people may try to say who you're not. That's your fault. That's nobody's fault but yours. If I start being who I'm not, for example, people say, "Oh, you should try some makeup." No, I do my eyes. I don't want that. I don't. I like being regular. It's different. I like being regular. Some people really think that I don't want to look this way. I like looking this way. So if in this world there is more of a fight, they don't even know the first thing about who they are. And the people understand, they may think that, well, maybe I should just be like everybody else. No, you shouldn't. And I never will be. I don't want to be.